And there we go. We are live. We are excellent. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber, and we are here on the West Coast after another long, stressful day. But you know what? That is a-okay, because we are going to get through this together. And by this, I mean navigating the perils of a brand new Brawl meta. Obviously. Definitely not anything that's, serious. Scary. Like, ooh. Midweek magic is jump in. There's like a couple of rares. I'm gonna have to make sure I do that later. So in case you weren't aware, there is in fact a big update for arenas today. Not just with Aetherdrift, but with the achievements. That's right. You can now achievement max. You can get your bounty on, go hunting for all those very nice achievements and titles. Some of these actually give emotes and titles, believe it or not. So like, obviously one of the ones that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, looks like the titles for the formats are the achievement number 3. Just play 450 games of X. I would not be surprised if Amy the Amazonia has already eclipsed some of these, or Meowdic or someone gets any of these. I have seen my numbers, and it is going to take me all season to get the veteran brawler title, but I will absolutely be getting that by the end of the season. That's not even a question. This is why I can confidently purchase a mastery pass at the start of a season, because I always get the mastery pass completed even on my slower seasons. Like, that's just a given. I'm ready to brawl. I mean, it's not. Have you seen some of these titles? Some of these some of the emotes that you get for this. If you do the storm count, if you play timeless for 150 games, you get storm count +1. You get that as a phrase emote. Why am I so leaning over? Do I need to like curve over to the right? Do I just have like a weird curvature that I need to fix? I'm leaning way too far to the left. Anyway. Yeah, Timeless gets Storm Count +1. We get Ready to Brawl. I feel like there's a disparity in the quality of these emotes. Oh, Limited God to that. Now that's a bomb. Okay, you know what? I can believe that. That's not bad. See you next week for midweek magic event. Okay, I like that. It's not bad. What else we got? What's the historic got? Do you see the line? Oh my god. I'm someone who gets unreasonably tilted when my opponent actually uses emote lines and stuff like that, so that's part of why I have it muted. And I just know that if I saw someone spamming some of these, I would automatically assume the worst of my opponent, assume that they are laughing and chittering behind my back, behind the screen. I mean, that's a little bit of projection for you right there, but even so. On a quest for Explorer? Alright, I guess that's fine. Alchemy. Check out my latest brew. Check out my latest brew? Oh, come on. Okay, that's a good one. But like, that one feels like it should be oh god, that feels like it should be more of an actual like thing. Neither game against Sparky nor direct challenges qualify as CS. Sport Wizard 44, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing my widget that tells me about my new followers. Hold on. Probably it's just like a lot. Something like. Ooh. Let's see. All right. And what's Standard got? Standard has nice deck. Do you think they know? Do you think that people watching know? No, they absolutely know. Of course they know. Why wouldn't they know? Man, just imagine rolling up to someone and then spamming nice deck emote. Just Okay, so like I stream with a VTube model specifically, so I don't have to stream with pants. But like if someone came up to me while I was streaming like this and they started spamming nice deck, I feel like I would take issue with that. I'd look at some of the color mastery stuff. No, these are just like achievements. Soldiers or angels over any number of... Okay, so they have like typal stuff, enchantments, artifacts, legendary spells over the course of a single game. Cast 9 or more legendary spells over the course of a single game. That's just... Okay. I'm not gonna like intentionally go for any of these if all there is just the achievement. Like if there was a gem reward or a gold reward, I might go for it. And to be clear, I think that the inclusion of these achievements is a net positive. I think it's very nice to have ways to encourage people to try the game out in different accesses. The problem is we still don't have an economy that it supports brewing. So if anything, I think this might just call attention to some of that. Especially if, you know, you're like me and your only access to the game through the game is singleton. Also, how likely are you to get some of these in if all you ever play is limited, right? Like, I get that's the point. I get that the point is to encourage people to try other formats. So if you're playing limited, then unless you've got like Cube or something, you're gonna be incentivized to maybe go into a standard format where you jam like, I don't know, 4 Zergos and 4 Basseries and Kithians and all that into your decks just so you can cast a bunch. But even then, when a game in which you begin an extra turn, look, it's a good thing you only have to do that though once. Draw 2,500 cards over the course of any number of games. You know, just casual blue. Merfolk and Sphinxes. Actually, you know what? I'm curious. Green's probably going to be like what? Hydras and Elves? Probably going to be Hydra. I was right. It's Elf or Hydra spells. Okay. Have a creature with Death Touch deal non-combat damage to a creature and opponent controls. Okay, we can get that easy with Fit. Like I said, I'm not going to deliberately go after any of these. But it's fun to imagine, right? Zombies and demons. Okay, well, they got the correct small creature type there. Sack 100 creatures over any number of games. Yeah, we're going to be doing quite a bit of that today. When a game on the turn, you sacrifice 6 or more permanents. Have any creatures leave your graveyard over Necromastery. Have a creature card with mana value 8 or greater enter from your graveyard. Casual call you a day. Couple thing to waste. Have opponents discard 120 cards. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Part of why I'm not going to go achievement hunting is because some of these we will just literally get as we go through the entire season. I'm interested in seeing if they actually do add some more. There's no way they don't, right? And then we've got like the recommended here. Here's what you're close to finishing, working on, or might enjoy. If you have a favorite achievement, it will show up at the top of the list. I was doing a little bit of Aetherdrift brewing earlier, so I guess some of the have you considered? Okay. All right. So in terms of what we're actually working on today, I've got one deck set up. And by one deck set up, I mean I literally took the Bartolome del Presidio deck list that I had. I swapped out a couple of cards to put in Zahur, Glory's Pass, and it's basically the exact same, except now we get Nesting Bot. We get Spectacular Pileup, which has cycling. It's pretty nice. So yeah, it's basically the Aristocrats deck that I was messing around with last season, but never actually put a lot of work into because I was like, I don't know if I actually like this more than LSL Core. Kelly in the box. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. So we'll get a chance to play this. We'll show off the start your engine's max speed graphic. I've only played the one game with it, but I actually kind of already love it. And then I am also in the process of brewing. I am working on Chandra's Spark Hunter. I don't think we'll have time to to get this brewed up by the end of tonight, considering that I'm like 20 cards over and I can't just like go over and cut like the entire back half of the deck and be like, oh, we can go ahead and try it now. Just that doesn't work like that, you know. But the general gist of this deck is going to be something along the lines of play a lot of wrath effects to keep the board clear, and then let Chandra do her thing where she just makes a vehicle, pilots it to victory, draining in any dead cards we get to keep the engine running, so to speak. Like, I don't know what it is. I really like the idea of mono red vehicles specifically. I like the idea of vehicles specifically at the Thundersteel. See, now we only have 18 cards left. So that's going to be a work in progress probably for next week. I don't know. We're capricious like that. And really that's all I've had time to work on so far today, because most of what I've done today was actually start editing the Brewers blog update. Now, I've previously done that as actual live streams because, you know, that would be easier. It's just straight up recording and then go straight to YouTube. But the issue with that, though, is that people don't go back and watch the lives as much as they watch the videos. That's not to say no one watches the lives. It's just that if you look at the exact ratios, people are going to pick up an edited video over a live performance with all the awkward pausing and the intros and all that every day of the week. Catcher most of the new Dawn. Okay, so the first time playing against this commander. Can't attack or block unless there are summoning cards in exile. Run over one or more cards and put in exile from graveyards and or battlefield during your turn. Draw a card in this life. So that counts for exiling our stuff too, and that's really awkward when we're on the Lurrus plan. We're also on the draw. Ambush, Flare, Fortitude is kind of fine. We've got like 3 lands, kind of. World Celebrant is cool. Chorus is cool. Chorus probably hits the dirt. I think we hold on to this because we do have removal. It's hard. It's a little hard to say. I would love to go turn 1 Chorus, turn 2 Zahur to get the engines going. There's the Witch's Oven. They're not going to Swords the Plowshares on our turn, right? Oh, there's a Dark Rit. Alright, so there's Iron Crag, and then they still have enough to go ahead and play their god. Alright, so we get exactly 1 turn. Now remember, can't attack or block unless there are 7 more cards in exile. That's both of our cards, though. This is going to be interesting. This is, I am scared of this commander. I am scared of what they can do. Shoulder to Eat makes that significantly less scary, though. I think I do want to go ahead and get this going, though. Like, I can go ahead and sacrifice the Chorus to the Flare. Oh, did you hear that beep? Did you hear that beep, chat? Oh, that's such a good beep. Alright. Oh, do you have, like, an Evoke? Oh, you just have Solitude. Okay. Alright. I'll cop that. The Pitch Elementals make that so fucking good. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Am I even going to get to live through this turn? Well, I guess the answer to my question is no, but only because the opponent decided that that was apparently way too hot for them. GG, I guess. Oh, Evoke Elemental to egg. That is I kind of hate that. Bit of a surprise quit. It sure was. It sure was. But that is horrifyingly strong. You play your god, and then on your turn, you can actually pitch the card, play your elemental, pay the life to replace the card that you pitched to get your free spell. Oh my god. This is horrifying. I am scared of this. Incidentally, we did go and craft the Chromox. We do have Chromox in this. And Chromox is another card that just gives you a free redraw on Keramos. Damn. Okay. Oh, I didn't update my stream title. Whoops. I didn't update my category either. What the hell? I mean, I guess I was rushing just a little bit because I was like, I want to stream, 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 I want to stream. Alright, so we've gone ahead and we've updated the stream category. So hopefully, Mr. Twitch.tv doesn't kick us out. Anyway, we're on the play against Marchesa. Dealer of Death. This is going to be really hard to control, and I don't have a second land here. I can't even pretend any these are lands. Dark Frit is actually here. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, that last commander can get really crazy. They almost definitely had stuff like Shoulder and Speed Demon. We're gonna crack you now. Grab Godless Shrine. Here's Dark Writ, and I'm gonna go ahead and play Soothsayer first, because now we do have the option of going into Zahur on the next turn. Unless they hold up Wash Away specifically. Okay, it's just Inquisition of Kozilek. Maybe it's the Witches of it. Like, whatever they don't take, we're just going to play with Zahur. Then we'll see. It's Skrelv. I will happily play Skrelv. In fact, let's go ahead and... Alright, so there's her. I love that little beep. That beep is just like so good. Notably cracking the fetch land ahead of time means that somewhere in our top 5 we have the Sanguine Bond. And it did not get shuffled back. Ooh, hidden stockpile. Okay, this is an interesting idea. How do we want to do this? I would love to add Lurrus to hand this turn. So let's just go combat. Alright, we're up to 3. I'm gonna go ahead and add Lurrus to my hand. Like, they already know about the nesting plot. Stockpile. Ooh, they're just gonna run out Marchesa? Okay, I'm cool with that. Oh, I am very cool with that. Sweet. Let's go combat. Swing with both. Now remember, the Agandra's only cast 1 because we have Skrelv. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You picked up the Grixis game. Do 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 do. Oh my god, that was hot. Okay, so let's see. And if in a scenario like that where I don't have have the instant removal, then we can just go ahead, swing it with Soothsayer, get up to max speed. And at that point, I'm okay with playing the hidden stockpile out, sacrificing the Soothsayer potentially, because then we're gonna get a token and also a servo token. Skrelv is still up. But they're tapped out, right? Yeah, they're tapped out. It's really good time to go ahead and just play Lurrus. I kind of like that better. And, okay. So I haven't actually had a chance to look at what they're offering on this season's Mastery Pass. Give me another Waxen Shape Thief. You insult my honor like this? Alright, what we got? So we get little Cloudspire Servo. That's cute. Oh, right. It's only 6 pages, unlike the 7 from the before, so hey, you know what? We'll take that. Wait, What was that? What was that? What was the paw print? That's the... Oh, okay, that's the companion. But what are we spending the orbs on? Doesn't say. What about over here? Ooh, okay. These sleeves are fucking sick. Oh, I love this. I think we actually got... Yeah, I am reasonably sure we got the art card for one of these at the pre-release. Ah, okay. You know what? These are pretty fantastic sleeves. I am a-okay with spending orbs on these sleeves. Are there more sleeves than usual? Oh my god, I think there are. That's like, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 of them, and one of them is the corgi? Hey, they know what the people want. I mean, like, I guess most of the people. I still don't know anyone who actually enjoys these super full arts. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying I never actually redeem my orbs to get the full arts, you know? Keep going. Ew, Nicobolus God Pharaoh. Okay, so this is going to be... Somehow this is going to be even harder control than what we had to play against last time. But we have got Dark Root and Thoughtseize. That's not bad. And if we do get Thoughtseize, then probably what? All we lose is our own Thoughtseize. Well, they're leading off with an underground river. We probably get... Yep. There's our Thoughtseize. So... Honestly, they probably just take the Dark Root. No, they took the Thoughtseize. Okay. Did take the Thoughtseize. Well, hey, you know what? You had your opportunity to protect whatever it is you wanted. So now I'm gonna completely forget that I've got nothing to follow this up with. Guess I just had Lurrus to hand. Should have played the Guide of Souls. Whoops. Okay, you know what? That's a little bit of a punt. Now they've got the initiative on me. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a Scavenger's Talent. And a Guide of Souls. Very specifically, so that way if they do have any sort of bolt effect for the Guide of Souls, that we get the food token out of it at least. This is a turn later than what I actually want Zahur to go on. Yep, that's Bitter Triumph. There's food. That's fine. Hidden stockpile is kind of interesting. Let's see. Play the right. This is just sack a creature. I mean, like, if we can get this down. Because this is Revolt. So basically, if we can get a fourth land here, we can play a hidden stockpile, sacrifice this food, get a free servo token out of it. And at some point, we're going to get Zahur. Displacer Kitten. Ah, they're playing that nonsense. So if you're not familiar with the combo, Displacer Kitten lets them exile a non-land permanent every time they cast a non-creature spell. So they will just +2 Bolas to continue getting cards off of our deck. And as long as they keep hitting non-creature spells, it basically just infinites. Like, it's non-deterministically infinite is the problem. And that is what we call not a good time. Need some way to deal with the cat. Is it a way? That doesn't deal with the cat. What is this? When you sacrifice a permanent target player mills to? Well... And Blood Witch. Thinking. Alright, so I can sacrifice the Blood Witch. I can get the servo token for that. Blood Witch by itself isn't necessarily gonna do it. Really depends on what the opponent's gonna follow up this cat with. Displacer Kitten is, unfortunately, a really, really good card. Alright, so let's think about this. Movie sack. At the beginning of your end step, you may sack 3 non-parents if you do return target creature. But I can attack. This is sacking another creature. Alright, play this Hunted Witness. Swing in with both, I guess? Because if they're going to play removal, I'm kind of jonesed regardless. And like, I'm trading Displacer Kitten for my commander. I can always replay my commander. They can't get back Kitten very easily. I guess I could have sacrificed the Blood Witch in response. We're definitely not going to play Dawnbringer into that. Of the Scavenger, I guess. 4, 5, 6. That's 6 cards. This is what? Second creature, scry 1? No, that's Bajuka Bog. Double check our graveyard. We got like what? Dawnbringer Cleric? Honestly, just jamming it all in there. Like, they're really going to count on that Displacer Kitten getting some sort of value next turn. Let's go ahead. We'll sacrifice the Servo now. How about I mill 2 cards? Ooh, Cauldron Familiar. No, I don't need that. Alright. When this creature enters, each opponent loses life and you gain life. Give your end step, sacrifice 3 on it if you return a creature card with a finality count. Each opponent exiles 2 cards for the hand. I didn't even think about that. That means that Lurrus is just gone forever, doesn't it? Yeah, that's exactly what that means. We're gonna sacrifice this food. Maybe we get lucky. Pass the turn. And then sacrifice food, sacrifice cat. Bring back something. The finale counter. And then pray to God that they don't just like hit gas for days, I guess. Because like, here comes Bolas. If they +1 and make me exile 2 cards, then they don't get to go off with the kitten. And then I might theoretically have lethal. Yep. Cat gets blinked out. Cat comes in. Bolas comes down. Bolas +2s. That is a creature, so that does not trigger the cat. And then, I mean, we're going to be at max speed regardless, right? Right. So then let's think about this for a second. Prismatic Vista is not what we want. We've got Deep Sea Cavern. We have Cat. I feel like we can work with this. Okay. So then, whenever a non-token creature you control dies. So we swing in with both tokens, swing at them. I think that's what we do. Yeah, because then Vengeful Blood Witch happens. Although I could Vengeful Blood Witch get up to max speed. Go to combat. I think we can get this. Yep. Alright, so we're already at max speed. We don't get the... Yeah, we don't get the token just yet. But we do get... Mill 2. There's Giver, there's Lotho. We drain 1. Oh god, what are we getting with this? We can... This sacrifice ability only works once each turn. That's the real kicker. Sack the cat. Mill 2. We just need like max sack effects, right? Xander's Wake is actually just... They're at 5 life. I have used up my sack outlet here. I mean, I've got a hidden stockpile. I could play the hidden stockpile. That deals 1, 2... and then 3 off the stockpile here. I mean, but if I do that during the opponent's turn, then I get to sacrifice a food, right? Alright. I'm going to take the gamble. Because now how this works is go ahead and crack this now. Oh, I can build two more. And like, I do apologize to the opponent here. Oh, I did get to sack 1, 2, 3. And I get to bring back the Cauldron Familiar. Oh wait, does that actually just like do it? I think that does it, right? Oh my god, it does. Holy shit! Okay. Ooh. I always get like so hedgy when I'm up against God Pharaoh decks because they just set themselves up like this. Like that, if you're playing God Pharaoh, you are not here to play fair. I mean, like, no one in Brawl is here to like play fair, let's be real, but at the same time it's like, you know, there's my idea of like what not fair looks like, and then there's your not fair. Okay. And then this was what? That was cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. So then what I could have also done is potentially like upkeep stop rather than bringing back the familiar. I could have gone sacrifice, I don't know, maybe sacrifice Lurrus in order to go ahead and get the extra tokens and then also get the food, then activate the Culture Familiar, sack the food, bring it back. I don't think they're really running any instant speed. I guess March of the Black Parade is an option there. Ooh, we did get the achievement though. And see, what did I say? We're just gonna get those just from playing. Let's see, which one do we get? Let's see. Win a game on the same turn, you sacrifice 6 or more permanents. Sweet. Oh, Bolas did it out. Okay, I get it. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. By the way, chat, y'all pull anything cool with that pre-release? Assuming that you got to go. Oh, Arabella Abandoned Doll. Okay, that's actually really scary. Whenever Arabella attacks, deals X damage to each opponent, and you gain X life. Guide of Souls and Legion's Landing makes us okay, but the opponent's on the play. I think this is fine. We have some early drop creatures. We don't really have any interaction. We'll have to draw into that. I think I want to lead off on the Gorehound. To play the Takinua first. Arid Mesa always grabs a plains. We got 2 such plains coming up. If I want to double spell next turn, it's Legion Landing plus Guide of Souls, but I'd much rather play the Zahur. The problem is Arabella's going to come down next turn, which is why we have the Snarling Gorehound. I think I'd just go ahead and shock in the Godless Shrine. Especially since we drew the Castle Ardenvale. Like, you're right, I do end up just bolting myself in the face in order to pull that off. But I think I'm okay with that. Just kind of depends. Human on the Cavernous Souls, but that's a toy. What are you playing? Are you playing Tajik? Tajik would work. Are you actually factually considering running out Mana Tithe? Is that why you held up the Snow Cover Plains? Amazing if true. Absolutely amazing if true. Which means that I have decisions to make. I could go Legion's Landing into Guide of Souls. But I think it's Guide of Souls into Legion's Landing. We do get the Surveil triggers. Land off the top. That would put us at 5 lands. I don't think we need that. Alright, and if they have a Mana Tithe, they're free to go ahead and do it in the Legions. No, they don't. So we do get the life and the energy. Plus a new Surveil trigger. You know what, I'll leave a command tower on top. Like, it is still a land. But also, it's just like an unconditional land as opposed to something I have to shock with. Oh, because you're playing Resolute Reinforcements. And you're going to... No, that's whatever. Alright, there's a Johnny. A Johnny is actually a problem. Because now they just throw their cat under the furnace. I feel bad about that. But I do get to trigger a Legion's Landing if I do it like this. Alright, this is where things get really awkward. Most of the time, a Johnny is just a non-issue because you usually have removal, but... So how do we want to handle this? I could play Lurrus. Get them into hand. I could also just, like, try and build my energy count. That's not good. Got too many blockers. I do get to dig for more answers, so I play Zahur. Alright. Well, go ahead and play Zahur. And then... This is what? Activate only once each turn? I'm going to go ahead and activate it now. Sacrifice the token specifically so we can use it next turn in case we have to worry about removal. If they just want to swing in to try and poke, and also specifically so they can try and get a Johnny to flip over, I'm not going to block that. And in fact, this kind of makes the attacks a lot easier, yeah? Yeah. I mean, okay. Just go ahead and crack Marsh Flats for a swamp. Just see if we can get ourselves a basic swamp. The opponent's been missing a couple of land drops, so this is a really good turn for us to try and push damage. Especially if what we can do... Go that just yet. We're 2 energy short? Okay. So here's Cutthroat. And then Amalia, that's pretty good. We can go ahead and throw her into bin because we got Raise the Past to bring everything back. There's Nested Shambler. And then if they have removal... you know what? That's exactly what we want. Yeah, let's just go combat. I will swing with the Guide of Souls, I guess. Like, the Guide of Souls can still get Swords to Plowshared. I guess putting on the Gorehound is also pretty relevant. I also just don't necessarily have to swing per se, because now that I've got the Cutthroat, I just have, like, the, all the enabling that I need. So, like, I guess I hold that up in case, for whatever reason, they put out a flyer that I can't attack in with. Or if they want to spend removal on the Guide of Souls. Yeah, no, missing multiple land drops like that is going to absolutely seal their fate. A Johnny is a really scary card, but that's only if you have, like, the Goblin Bombardments to really enable the instant sparking. other than that, you are falling behind incredibly quickly. And I need to remember that my actual aristocrat type cards are really strong enablers for enabling that speed. I mean, we want to push damage regardless, but even then. So, like, on our next turn, we go ahead, we sack the Shambler, get the drain, speed go up. Or we don't even have to do that. We can just, like, keep punching in. Save our resources for later. Because that instant Shambler is going to turn into a 2/2 and a squirrel. And that kind of speaks to what exactly it is I love about this commander specifically. I love that Zahur Necromancer effect. I love being able to rip multiple creatures out of one body. Might explain why I'm a big fan of the turducken. I mean, sometimes you just want to reach into a turkey and then pull out a progressively smaller bird. Helga's Skittish Seer. Okay. Yeah. This is another deck where if you just have the removal, it is very easy to keep them under control. Helga only goes wild if you don't have the bolt or whatever to deal with her. We have Get Lost to start with. Infestation Sage is a good one drop. We don't have any white sources to follow this up on. Source of Plowshare is good. Sholdred. We have Chrome Mox. That's interesting. I am going to go ahead and take that. Imprinting on the Chrome Mox is interesting. We could potentially lose the Scavenger's Talent. I'm going to go ahead and play turn 1 Zahur, by the way. We're not going to input any of our removal. It's either Commando or Talent. I think... I feel like I want to hold on to Talent because that fills up our graveyard and helps us find more stuff. Cath or Commando kind of drops off a little bit. All right. Speed on you. And then next turn, I'm actually going to add Lurrus directly to my hand. Ooh, Greedy Freebooter. Green on green with Elvish Mystic, though. Alright. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm actually going to go ahead and Swords to Plow the Elf. Because we have Greedy Freebooter and Scavenger's Talent to play out. So we can still use our mana efficiently. And the fact that they went turn 1 Forest into Elvish Mystic, that tells me that the rest of their lands are either going to come into play tapped, or they were really banking on being able to cast like a Cultivate, maybe even a Courser of Krufix. You know, some sort of 3-mana ramp spell, possibly even Harrow or an Interest Restoration, to help mana fix the rest of their setup. Meanwhile, we just got Zahur going on turn 1 thanks to the Chrome Mox. Hey, it's special guest on Arena right now. Absolutely worth for all your aggro needs, by the way. Having the Scavenger, having the Freebooter, we can just go ahead and pluck in. We'll be able to take this turn to add Lurrus to our hand, which is actually an amazing setup turn. And then in like the next turn cycle or so, we can go ahead, pay the 2 so that we can start milling while holding up shoulders to get it as long as we hit like another mana source, which, hey, Freebooter makes a treasure token, so it's kind of like a mana source. I'm kind of shocked at just how fast these games are going. Like, I understand that this is a go fast deck. I mean, it's literally max speed built into the commander, but at the same time, it's like, I definitely I didn't think Noom was gonna Noom this hard. Do you like to Noom, chat? Do you like to get the midnight zoomies? All right, Emoti Celebrant of Bounty. This is going to be another race to the finish. Bloodcheese Thirst can slow them down if they're relying on Landward Orcs. Freebooter, Hunted Witness. We can go Hunted Witness into Phyrexian Tower. Gives us double black to play the Freebooter. I think we can make this hand work. It's a little bit of a greedy keep. That absolutely cries if we hit an actual factual Elvish Mystic. Yeah, that was a greedy. I may end up having to use Shoulder's Edict here. No. Okay, we got away with that. Sweet. All right. So, step one, we have to Hunted Witness. Next, we Bloodchief's Thirst. Hit the elf. They might have a Tamio safekeeping for this. They're not going to be playing any counter magic because they want to be able to cascade. We have the option of playing the greedy Freebooter. I think what happens if they have like any sort of, so we still have the Shoulder Edict. And then we can also swing in with Zahur. We just need to make sure that we are going like ASAP. Selfless Savior isn't going to be massive here, but it is a sacrifice card. Marionette Apprentice is actually going to be, because if they drop any sort of big creature that we can't punch through, we need the Aristocrat effect here. We're going to go to Punchies. We're going to go ahead and swing in first. And then we're going to go ahead, sacrifice this token, parlay that into an Apprentice and a Freebooter. And then hopefully we'll be able to like take some time off to play Lurrus. Okay, they're going to add Landward to their hand, but they only have blue? And then a... Okay, that works. We can potentially drop 4 cards. We also potentially play Freebooter. I would love to be able to play Lurrus. So let's go ahead, sacrifice this token, add Lurrus to hand, play out the Freebooter, and now we can go ahead, play the Apprentice next turn, sacrifice a token, still get speed going. But also a Dark Comp. That's really swing in Freebooter trades. We only have the 3 mana to work with. No, the treasure gives us a token anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and play the Marionette. We are going to go ahead and just make a dude. Go combat, swing in. I am so curious what they need that elf for. Especially if they don't have... the Shoulder Edict actually kind of makes that a little awkward, I guess. Let's go ahead, sacrifice... We sacrifice the Freebooter, we can just play Lurrus. Potentially draw into more stuff. The Starfall Invocation is good backup plan. I feel like I want the Dark Confidant more, though. Jeff Hoagland used to say Lurrus makes people build better decks. This is true. This is absolutely true. Lurrus is a very good kitty. Okay, we get to see if what they're building towards was like a 6-drop or something. They've only got 1 blue source, though. Virtuous Strength is going to take another turn. Okay, no, they're just going to go Emoti. And it hits Confounding Conundrum, which is a redraw. The Shoulder Edict no longer actually hits anything. It's also, like, not ramp, so, like... I'm trying to think here. If we don't draw a removal in this cycle, I absolutely swing with everything because we have the Lurrus already. I might need the Starfall Invocation, but we still need another land for that. Well, that's technically another land. It's not a Pribar. Oh god, Emoti. I can't let you have that. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. What's the sequencing here? Because if we Phyrexian Tower, we drain a life, that's max speed, and then everything goes kaputs anyway. I think I have to be okay with just swinging out, pushing the damage, be aggressive. They're not, yeah, they're gonna be really precious with Emoti. Alright. Well then. First things first. Bajuka Bog you. I will go ahead and just like pay the life here. Now's the fun part. Because what we do... This is going to lead into getting to play Lurrus. Actually, hold on. I might leave that on top just so I can play the Starfall Invocation without necessarily having to... play this out. Also, we have 3 mana. They have 6. We're draining for 1, 2, 3. Is that actually just like game if we do this? Like if we just go like white, then we can go. See, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And then we can also go like upkeep, stop. Well, Cutthroat is also going to... No? Okay. Let's go ahead and sacrifice a token then. You know what? It doesn't matter. And then I don't get... Oh, hold on. Omoi wa shinderu. Yeah, okay. Okay, so strictly speaking, we didn't need to play the Selfless Savior. We did not need to play the old Doggo. We got there. We got there. This is a really cool deck. I like this. I like this. This feels like a much, much smoother version of the Elysil Court deck that I was playing before. Which was also a deck, by the way. And oh, we get Orb. Notably, I've already paid my land tax. Oh, thank God. Okay, so Possession Engine. When it enters, gain control of target creature an opponent controls for as long as you control this vehicle. That creature can't block or attack. Can't block. You can't block. Okay, I think... Hold on. No. I don't want to say the other... I don't want to say the other configuration on that. So we'll just say block. It can't block for as long as you control this vehicle. That's cute. I like that. And then this is the Quagfest. Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. Mill 2, destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Okay, but why though? I mean, I guess it destroys vehicles. It mills 2 cards. But it's sorcery speed removal that might get rid of stuff. Why? I'm kind of like scratching my head at this. This is certainly something. It doesn't even like regrow anything. All right. Did I get any? Oh, I did get a new uncommon. Oh, excellent. Okay, we're gonna get like all these sleeves eventually because we always clear Mastery Pass. I'm just trying to figure out if there's one I want to really get. Corgi is nice. The bike. You know what? Maybe I get the bike. Maybe I get the bike specifically because we are brewing Chandra. You know what? Okay, I've already talked myself into this. And then, yeah, we are going to build the blue-red Shark Pirate deck at some point. We have to build Blahaj. We have to build Blahaj. Like, I don't know a trans girl around that isn't going to build Blahaj. Slimefoot and Squee. Okay, this is rough. Both of our lands are going to come into play tapped, and we're on the draw. That seems way too slow. Even if we do have Oslet Pride turn 3. Much better, much better. Okay. We can work with this. You are a zombie cat war. Godless Shrine, potentially bolting this in. Gydo Souls to start. Maybe Giver of Runes. I could see leading in with Giver. But then they have 2 turns to put out a blocker. Meanwhile, if I get Gydo Souls out first, then I can start building towards flying. I do have this Razor Grass Ambush, but I can't meaningfully hold that up and play Zur out. Played a few games with Captain Howler. It's fun. I'm glad to hear. It looks really cool. It looks like a really cool cycling deck. On there's the Elvish Mystic. This is gonna get rough. So we're really behind the 8 ball right now already as is. Next turn they play a red source. They can play Slimefoot and Squee. I can play the Accursed Marauder and remove whatever it is they put out. But that's what they want, because then they just go ahead and sacrifice their sapling and bring back whatever hell spawn they want from their graveyard. They don't have anything in there yet, but distinct possibility. And we don't have any of our Aristocrat type cards to really take advantage of that. It's probably still better than nothing. I don't want to have to use the Razor Grass Ambush for this. And yeah, they can just go ahead and grab like a basic mountain here if they really want. I can try going Giver and Skrelv. Yep, there's the token. So now Accursed Marauder doesn't do exactly as I would like. Also, Cavernous Souls. Alright, so let's just go ahead and go double up on the protection spells. And then maybe if we draw into a 1-drop, we could potentially just like swing over and start getting in that way. I'm not really worried about my life total because we do have plenty of ways to gain life. But this is really scary if they have a Bone Splinter, kill my creature, and then discard, and be perfectly set up for next turn. They have to have a sacrifice outlet for Slimefoot and Squee too, though. So, like, we can't play the Marauder and give them that choice. At least not yet. And if they're just going to swing it with Slimefoot and Squee, well, then that's bad from the standpoint that they are just going to get a massive ton of Saprolines. It gets better if we get a Blood Artist. Zahur by himself also doesn't necessarily trigger the Aristocrat. He himself is not an Aristocrat, but he is a sack outlet for this. I actually really like that. I like that he's not self-sustaining. Is it the Mutavault? Is it asking for priority on the Mutavault, or they just have removal? Also, am I imagining things, or is the Summoning Sickness animation different? I feel like it's different. Also, well, I think we put this on Zombie. Although if we put it on Cat, then that's Lurrus too, yeah? Ah, okay. They had the Flare. Okay. Well, I guess Skrelv actually helps us push damage, right? Yeah, Skrelv actually helps us push damage, so let's go ahead and sack the Giver. That's interesting, though. Why are they doing that now? This is activated only as a sorcery. So they can't entomb and then have something this turn. That's just not how that works. Okay. Well, we don't have L1 Droppo. But we do have Skrelv, who doesn't have to pay life for this anymore. But they do have the Mutavault, and the Mutavault can still block. So, like, that's kind of a Nombo issue now. Somebody's sickness animation does look a bit different. I thought so. This turn might have actually just been a better Lurrus turn. Get Lurrus into our hand, start getting ready to replay the Giver. Just nothing for it. But the Guide of Souls nerf I can't actually swing in yet. So, pass the turn there. Are you gonna... No, there's no throw possibility or anything to set up. Okay, so they might not have a big creature yet, and they might be trying to spike one. That's a really good one. Pay 1 life, sack another creature, put -1 counter up to 1 target creature, and draw a card. Okay, so... let's go ahead and make you pro-black for the turn. Yawgmoth is already disgusting with this. Pay life, sack another creature. If they do it during my turn, that does increase my speed. That's not nothing. But I am having a bad time right now. They can sacrifice, get rid of Skrelv, that's whatever. A Cursed Marauder gets rid of Squee again. At this point, I can't really do anything about that. I'm just gonna have to force it. Oh, really? Okay. They are gonna go all in on that. I mean, notably, they want to sacrifice Slimefoot and Squee for this, right? Right. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yawgmoth still blocks Zahur. Oh, wait, hold on. I could have just, like, activated the Surveil effect. Whoops. I completely forgot about... that's... Okay. Well, that was bound to happen at some point. Go ahead and send him back to the command zone. We can still play the Marauder. Enters. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature. So they either lose Slimefoot and Squee or they use Yawgmoth. They're probably just going to lose Yawgmoth. Because it's Squee attacks, and they could just lose Squee later and then get Yawgmoth back anyway. Yep. Oh no, they're gonna send Squee back. Okay. Well, how are they gonna get the... Now, notably, Yawgmoth has protection from humans, which Catholic Commando is, so there's not a lot of point in holding up Commando specifically as removal. I'd Lurrus to my hand next turn for sure. Oh, because they have Mutavault. Okay, you know what? That. Okay, I'll cop that. Now they can get back Fury. Now they can go ahead and hit my Wriggling Rub. We're not out of this by any means, but it is getting significantly harder to keep this going. Okay, now it might actually be, now it might be getting out of our depth, because Fauna Shaman can go ahead, pitch a card, literally any creature, grab a big creature, wait until the end of our next turn to do that, and then grab something that ends the game like Cradlehoof, Sholdred. Grizzlebrand, Wormcoil Engine, any number of things. If we can just like Mutavault is a Mutavault is a really big problem. I didn't even think about the fact that it counts as a sapling. You don't have the mana to bring it back. Are you just gonna like swing in? Like that's what you do, right? And then playing the Lurrus doesn't make a lot of sense either. Although they would have to sacrifice the Fauna Shaman to make that happen. I don't know if they want to do that. The other issue is that Yawgmoth just draws them cards. I could have denied them the extra card draw if I'd actually used Zur. Like at least the once. I mean, that means I would have denied them exactly one card. So, not worth worrying too much about that, but they also potentially drew Fury off the top. I could theoretically still have a Zur. I don't know. That was interesting. That was interesting indeed. So, that on cat. We have the Starfall Invocation now. This destroys all creatures. If the gift was promised, return a creature card put into your graveyard this way onto the battlefield under your control. Destroys all creatures. Yawgmoth and Fauna Shaman go to the graveyard. Mutavault is still in the graveyard. Mutavault taps itself and activates. Slimefoot sacrifices. Take this turn. Add Lurrus to hand. Pass the turn. I wonder if the opponent actually disconnected, by the way. There was some notable... I don't want to call it lag, but like... You know, the guy just went full brain stop. Like, I kind of got the impression that their RAM completely stalled. Maybe they 404'd even. And like, you know... A win's a win, but like I'm also not necessarily playing for wins. Like I'm playing to win, but I'm not playing for wins, you know? And as bit of a derp as it was to keep forgetting that I have the Surveil even when I'm not at max speed. If they swing in with the Mutavault though, if they swing in with the Mutavault, I could go Cathar Commando, flash in, try and block the Mutavault. They still have the Yawgmoth to sacrifice, but then they're sacrificing their Fauna Shaman to do it. But they also need a 6 land. Oh, that is a thing. If they drew into like any huge creature, then they can go ahead, play that land as long as it comes into play untapped. They can go ahead, tutor up with the Fauna Shaman, tap and activate the Mutavault with its own mana, and then pay the 4 to sacrifice Mutavault and bring Slimefoot and Squee back with their big creatures. Like, in theory, I really, really like this commander. I think it's a very strong reanimator. And it's really hard to deal with, too. Like, it's a really resilient card, just like Slimefoot himself. Okay, so yeah, this ended up... I would basically call that a dead game. I would call that a whoops, my mom called me and I have to get back home for dinner kind of game. maybe you're in the throes of something amazing. Maybe you're getting your ass kicked. Either way, we had to pick up the cards and shove them in our backpack before we head out. And then whoops, I accidentally bit my Lotus. Cast red or blue spells. I can't cast red or blue spells. I mean, like, I could cast red spells if I finished the Chandra deck. Well, so we currently have a commander that I imagine doesn't have a lot of weight to it. Getting matched against one of the most infamous commanders of all time, even though it is nerfed. Alright, the opponent's on the play. We've got Link Breaker, Priest, Wriggling Grub, Cutthroat. The Aganjo kind of makes this playable. Muragonda Raceway. That's interesting. This is what? Each opponent loses 2 life anyway? We can actually go with Priest of the Forgotten. Like, we don't necessarily have to play Zahur right away because of this now. Lost Yite. Yep, they are absolutely still playing all the fun stuff. Let's see. Make a moment. Yep, go ahead. Play the Link Breaker now. This Aganjo is very likely to just be a land to play, but I'm going to play the Priest of the Forgotten first. We also still have the Cutthroat. Like, we could go into Cutthroat, and then that would make Sweeney in very easily. They might be holding removal. Let's play Raceway, get the engine started. So that way... they have anything. Alright. Sweet. Alright. We can play the Priest of the Forgotten. And then it likely gets countered. But then Zur doesn't get countered. I'm trying to think. Am I willing to trade Priest of the Forgotten for a counter spell if I can get her back with Lurrus later? The Cutthroat also isn't bad. You can swing in with Linebreaker if it dies. I think I'm just going to play Priest of the Forgotten. If the Priest of the Forgotten resolves, we pull so far ahead. I don't think she's likely to. You think the Brawl matchmaking has changed significantly? Deck weights seem to be different or not as important? No, they definitely had to change the... Okay, so they're just going to play Malcolm. So here's the thing. When the weights were leaked, the devs definitely had to make some changes to the weight system. But the weight system is still in place. Like, the idea behind it is still, we want to let people get matched up with decks that are going to be similar to what they have. Okay. What is this? Untap target land, target creature can't block, put a counter on the creature. So the weights are still absolutely a thing. Like, if I queue into Brawl with my Malcolm Artisan deck, where there are no rares or uncommons, it still gets matched up fairly highly, it feels like, because Malcolm is just an incredibly strong card. Watch me get Tails Ended right here. Nope. Okay, we'll take that. We will take that. Go combat. Swing in with Linebreaker. Alright. Shift up. Shift into Turbo. And then... I would love to get super greedy, but I don't think I have that luxury. Play the Hunted Witness. Activate Priest of the Forgotten. Make them sacrifice Malcolm? Any target players each lose 2 life and sack a creature. I guess I could have played the Cutthroat first. Yeah, I probably could have. The Lost Yite is not going to help you out with that. Okay, so it does untap target land. I guess that's true. Yeah, sequencing. Oh, no, you had the disallow. Okay, that's cute. That is very, very cute. I see what you're putting down. So no, weight is absolutely still a thing. It's still a key feature in Brawl because they want to make sure that people, for the most part, are getting matched up against the decks that have similar power levels to what they have. However, because the way that Brawl works, you just... What else can you do? What else can you do but, you know, make the weight based mostly on Commander? Because people can build a deck any number of ways, but the Commander is going to be the one constant. Also, Lost Yite, target creature can't block, put up one on equipped creature. So it's just like, Yeah, they get 2 Nadu triggers. I have to rely on a Ganjo. Marionette's kind of cool here. What is the cost of this? It's currently still 3. Yeah, it's still 3. Okay. Let's think for a second. Let's think about the ramifications. What I want to do is swing in with everything, sack a Ganjo, and then potentially have mana to play Zahur. I would love to play Zahur, but then I don't have the white for it. I guess it's 2 mana. That'd be... sack, have 5. Play Zahur, play... Oh, no, that doesn't quite... Let's go combat, I guess. Go combat, swing... all 3. Play a few games with Adeline. She used to be hell queue for you and others. Now she's all over the place for matchups. Honestly, the weight changes can affect that, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like, kind of just straight up. Wait, no, that's right. I have to be fine with this. Alright, so activate Priest of Forgotten, get the Cutthroat triggers. See if they're willing to sacrifice Malcolm rather than Nadu. If they sacrifice Nadu, I'll shut up. But I'm banking on the idea that, yep, okay, there we go. Unfortunately, Nadu does trigger. Unfortunately, Nadu is just still kind of ridiculous. Snake Veil. Well, and they hit Essence Scatter. And this still has untapped target land. Well, the counterspell we make them use. All that, I guess. I'm struggling. Nadu is still ridiculous. Yeah, unfortunately, like, personal observation doesn't really count for a lot when it comes to trying to evaluate where a card is placed. You would just strictly need to re-engineer the whole weight system again. And I think we saw why it's a really bad idea for players to have access to how cards are weighted. Because, you know, sometimes you just get those people who are like, I don't want to play against super strong decks. I just want to play a really strong commander and then not get punished for it. Spring Heart not top. Okay. I mean, they're down to 14, I guess. There's a miscast out there. I would love to get Zahur out there. Nesting bot. That can... So, let's do it like this. Let's... Oh, you tap for 2 now. That's actually really handy. Hold on. Great, 2 worms? Oh, worm? Wait, no, I need 2 to start with. Okay. So, play the Marionette Apprentice. You're just going to sacrifice a... Mystical Dispute? You're killing me, Smalls. Okay. Okay. I think this game might be over. The opponent has definitely completely stopped. That disallow is the difference maker here. The Priest of the Forgotten Gods is good, but like she's not keeps up with 2 Nadu triggers on their turn and on my turn each turn good. And even if they just get like keep getting tokens. Yep. Then the Priest of Forgotten Gods can't actually do anything about that. I'm hoping that they're running out of gas. I mean, I know that's a big ask for literally an equipment that's going to give them all the gas forever. I need to play Zahur, I guess. Not just Adling. Takes time, but trying to find out the bottom of the queue with low power decks is almost impossible now. The old deck strength too low era triggers at different weight. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm talking about. All y'all keep trying to, like, figure out the exact measurements and stuff, and, like, what is the goal? What's the goal there? There is no tangible benefit to doing that. There just isn't. Not saying that they quit using race, but the system's changed a lot now. I never said that it wasn't. Okay, how do we want to do this? All right. All right, play the Wriggling Grub. Go ahead, sacrifice both these cards. You get the black. And then, yep. All right, so there's a get lost. This untap target land, target creature can't block, put a counter on it, go to 7. They're really big, they still have the miscast. Also got this Lurrus here. Go ahead, laser here. I don't have enough mana to like make use of anything else. Potentially put an upkeep stop? No, I don't think so. Like, I have no agency. I have no agency on this turn. And that's GG. We tried really damn hard. You know what? I'll give that a smiley face. We tried damn hard, but like even a nerfed Nadu still goes off if they manage to find any sort of equipment, especially when it's powerful as the Yute. But no, I just don't see the utility in trying to figure out the weights, or even just like not even just trying to figure out the weights, but like assuming that you know where a specific deck is placed, because it doesn't really matter since you are just going to get mashed up against whatever's available. Like the weighting system is going to try and get you not a bad weighting system is going to try and get you something close, but it's not going to be perfect. You are just going to get mashed against powerful and strong decks regardless. If they have a Stifle, LQ is not real, folks. Don't believe the people in Ohio. It's Kaido Shizuku. This is usually like a really strong Reanimator deck. I'd love to go with Skrull first. Gorehound can help us dig. I'd drop Skrull. I'd go with the Gorehound. Island's first name they could go into a consider could potentially be a Brainstorm if they're holding anything up. Alright, so they do have Verdant Catacombs. Notably, if I get the race going and they crack a fetch on my turn, that's still life loss. So, like, if the speed counter is already boosted up, there's no harm, no foul. But if I haven't managed to do damage and they crack, this ticks up. I think that's neat. I would love to be able to go Lotho to start getting that treasure going, though. If I could go Lotho next turn Especially if they're still holding up an island. They might be holding up Washed Away. Now, if that's the case, we'll drop Lotho instead. If it's a spell snare, that also kind of works. Okay, now we get to surveil. I Ganjo. Is a Kaido Shizuku back? I think I take that just because it is another land drop, and I typically want to hit like 4 to 5. This could also just be like what, a Vapor Snare variant. Oh god, I'm thinking of the Hopeless card. They could also still be holding Brainstorm. That is the thing that they could be doing. Heuristic Study. Well, I've got Dawn Cleric for next turn. So let's go ahead. Pay the 1 now. We can just go ahead and get this going. Pass the turn. They might have removal for Zahur. If that happens, honestly, as long as we get Zahur to resolve, and we can get the speed counter going, the next time that we play Zahur can be when we have max speed. It just really matters to get that engine going. Having 3 mana untapped. That means that the Dawnbringer Cleric might struggle. Let's go combat. 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 Come on. Combat, 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 combat. I wanna combat. I wanna combat. Alright. And then we can still hold up the Iganjo. Currently modified to like 1, by the way. In case they want to flash in like a Snapcaster, Malcolm. Would they still be playing an Orcish Bowmaster? I don't think so. Alright. Speed count 4. Now here's where things get interesting. I'm gonna play my Skrelv. I am gonna pay the 1. They can choose to counter Skrelv. I'm counting on them to counter Skrelv. Again, if it kills Zahur, it's not the end of the world. We're already counting our speed. Okay, they're gonna return to hand. Alright, that's fine. Swords the Plowshares. Gladly lead that up. Okay, so if I cast Dawnbringer Cleric, that was going to be active player, non-active player. Let's go ahead and cast Selfless Savior, pay the 1 there. And we'll save the treasure for next turn. Beginning of your end phase, if Kaido ended this turn, he phases out. We do have quite a bit of damage on board already. I'm almost kind of fine using Zahur as bait here because I really just want to get rid of that Heuristic Study. Alright, Kaido hits the board. Kaido's going to make a ninja?
I got someone on the inside who can help.
Okay. Alright, well there's Swords to Plowshares. We can hold on to that. We can also go... Let's go ahead and play out the Dawnbringer Cleric first. They only have 1 mana open, so I don't want to have to... Oh, Blood Artist, you were... Oh, I could have thrown you away for later. This is just gonna give me a new treasure. Resolves, excellent. I want to hold on to the selfless savior. So it doesn't really matter too much if we lose Lotho. I think that's fine. Oh, right. We didn't have max speed yet. Whoops. Well, we can still activate Zahur during upkeep. Damnation. This is where the Blood Artist would be really good. Race of the Past coming up though. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll just make more zombie. We'll just dig a little deeper. Oscillate Pride. You'll love to see that. You know what? I'll leave that on top. And I'm gonna pay the 2 life here. We'll say blue. Okay, that works. Oh, right. And then, of course, right. Okay, if I had just, like, let things die, I would have just had, like, a massive zombie army to swing in. I didn't even think about that. That was, poorly planned, as we like to say. Go combat. Swing both of these over here, just in case they have some sort of bounce. And then pray this isn't a miscast. If it is... Okay, it is a spell pierce. We have the 2 to pay for that, though. Yay! Exile target card from a graveyard. I kind of want to do that. Probably the... It's gotta be the mission. Let's think about the Rustic Study. With this many surveil triggers, we can just, like, shove everything into the graveyard. Because Lurrus can just bring it all back anyway. You don't want to... Flare of Malice. How many triggers do I have left? Just the 2? And then we have Blood Artist. So, like, any sort of Wrath effect is also quite lethal. They could have, like, land into River's Rebuke. That would actually be really, really good right now. The Oscillate Pride. That also works. Well, I've already got the City's Blessing. Yep, okay. I think that was pretty resoundingly satisfying. They only had the spell pierce, though. So, okay, so they were definitely holding on to something. But it wasn't quite as scary as what I thought it was. Were they just trying to play, like, blue-black control? It's kind of hard to say. Normally with a Kaido deck, they want to play... Well, sometimes they play ninjas, but most of the time they are actually playing really strong Reanimator because you could get to do the draw, then discard. And as a Planeswalker that phases out, that means he gets to stick around for another turn to set up another reanimation target. Don't forget to save your water, folks. The infamous Cruel Claw. Okay, well, we get turn 1 Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. When Cruel Claw deals combat damage to a player, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. This is tough. So, like, on the one hand, normally this is what I think would be a pretty strong start. Thoughtseize, grab whatever they... we can out of their hand and then just start like wailing back. With Cruel Claw, though, I want to make sure there we go. I want to make sure we have some sort of interaction. This is a little slow to start. Let's see. We'll go ahead and put out the Scavenger's Talent. Next turn, maybe the Stockpile. like, it's weird. It feels weird to go about it this way. However, this means that we potentially just make our money back. Oh, there's red. Okay. Now this is awkward. Windswept Heath, I would love to be able to hold up for more black. I want to play Zahur this turn. We're probably just Swords to Plowsharing this. Right. Phyrexian Tower doesn't... Well, hold on. The stockpile works out. Gives us a servo. We can grab the back streets to make anything else fine. And then... I'm just going to go ahead and Swords Rehild now. Rehild can get really quick. And then we do get token because our fetch land left play. And then Phyrexian Tower, Monument to Endurance. Whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card, create a treasure. Each opponent loses 3. Oh my god, that's so sick. That's so sick. I love that. Hunted Witness. Alright, so that shifts up. Let's go ahead and... Alright, now we get the food token. Add Lurrus to hand. Think about it this way. Play the Hunted Witness because we have Flare of Fortitude out. There we go. Now we have the engine going. Stockpile, Revolt, and Scavenger's Talent working together. Okay, I like that. Collective Brutality, -2, -2. Oh. Okay, so they get to make a treasure. Hold on. What is this? This is whenever you discard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. And then what modes did you pick for this? I'm gonna have to discard a card. And -2, -2. Alright, let's go ahead and sacrifice the Hunted Witness first and foremost. Because now I have hexproof and everything else. Target opponent reveals their hand. -2, -2. Yep. With one card. Wait, what? But I'm gonna... Oh, I don't have hexproof. Never mind. I'm a fool. Choose an instant sorcery, discard from it. That player discards that card. Oh, okay, I see. Is it worth using Hidden Stockpile on the next turn then? Cutthroat is cool. Alright, so... Oh, they went ahead and played an Urborg for me. That was really nice of them. Yeah, okay. So here's an Urborg. Or here's Cutthroat. Go ahead. Sacrifice this servo. We get to make food. We get to kick up speed. Get to play Lurrus out. I don't have anything else to run out. We definitely want to level up the Scavenger's Talent too. Roll Claw tends to be just like removal and big spells, like nothing in between. I am infatuated. I am so infatuated with Monument to Endurance. Like, holy shit. Whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Oh my god, I need that. I love it. Land is Flare of Malice. Okay, so I just lose the purpose now. Okay. Hey, you know what? It's not easy being breezy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Sacrifice here. Now we get to mill a couple cards. Make some more food. Oh, there's the Mox. Yep, we're at max speed. pass the turn, I guess. We're just gonna sacrifice the food tokens. And then we get to mill another 6 cards. I mean, if Lurrus is gonna disappear, Lurrus is gonna disappear, and like, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. The Arena of the Glory scares me. Either the Eye Tyrant could actually just snipe Lurrus out of our graveyard at any time anyways. We have the engine. You have to remember that... okay. Destroy target creature. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, return to the battlefield second at the beginning of your next end step. Alright, well, goodbye, kitty. I'm sure we'll hit something. You know what? I'll leave you on top. Okay. Now's the fun part. We need to start bippity-boppeting. Meat Hook Massacre. I could actually just like play you for 2. Yeah, I kind of like just playing this onto... And then... just go ahead and just keep surveilling. I'm gonna mill 2. And then we're gonna get we're gonna get something back with a finality counter. I'm gonna leave Expel the Interloper at the top. We're gonna get life back. We're gonna get the sack. 1, 2, 3. And now we can get back some fun stuff. Blood Witch is pretty cool. This Shambler. How do we want to do this? Let's get back Blood Witch. Oh wait, no! I don't want to mill cards. Okay, you know what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen regardless. We already made our bed and line. Ooh! Dark Confident and Bloodghast. And if they have like any removal, then we can just use Zahur, sack it. Notably, if this dies, rocks. Each opponent discards a card. We've got 6 cards in the graveyard right now. I'm gonna lose 3 life. I didn't care about that life anyway. You're under full control of Phyrexian Towers, so you can recast your Croxa. Okay. I would love to hit a Blood Artist, I think. I might just go upkeep stop specifically so I can stockpile. I might do that. Nah, the Surveil is probably better. Okay, but the opponent has decided to save us the time and hassle. Because at this point we have 2, 3, 4 cards. So every time we sack one of our tokens, it's just going to drain 4. And yeah, I don't want to... yeah, I don't want to sacrifice... I don't know. Maybe I do, because the food tokens actually work. I can always sacrifice the food tokens. We've got Dark Confident. We play a land. We get the Bloodghast. Oh my god. I really underestimated how good Scavenger's talent was going to be in here. I put it in here because I thought that having Cat Cauldron combo would be pretty cool, but this card is putting in a lot of work. It is putting in so much work. Monument to Endurance, though, I need to double check to see if I have that. Oh, it's just Foundations. Okay, never mind. But we did get a rare wild card. So... ooh, Painful Quandary. Let's see. Well... we do... I will happily craft that right now, because that is an amazing card. choose one that has whenever you discard a card. So like it just turns all your looters upside down. The insanity, the absolute insanity of this card. Obviously we can't play it in the deck that we're running right now, but I am currently working on Liliana Heretical Healer. I like the discard there. Greasefane would absolutely love this card. Oh, we got Nadu again. Kind of surprised that we're seeing as much Nadus as we are, but let's see. Lotho can make this work. Starfall Invocation. Fractured gets rid of any of their enablers. I think we can go ahead and do this. Bird of Paradise means turn to... Okay, so here's the thing. We can Dark Ritual right now, but we don't have anything meaningful to go into it besides just going straight into Lurrus. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Cave of Quaylus. That way we have some flexibility for next turn. Yeah, here comes Nadu. Can't do anything about that. Start your engines. This is not going to be the turn for it. What I would like to do... You lose 1 life and... I don't think we're going to be able to hit the Starfall Invocation right away. I think... This is about trying to, like, benefit off of the opponent multi-spelling. I think this makes Dark Ritual a lot better. Roaring Earth is going to be a huge fracture target because... And they got Lost Yite. Both of those already? If it's a choice between the two of them, I have to take care of the Lost Yite, but Roaring Earth is also hard to do. What another target creature I control gains protection. It's going to take this 4 straight up. Alright, you know what? I might just need to Dark Ritual now. Just to try and, like, set them back. Then they take a turn, play Nadu. Alright, we're gonna go for broke. Oh, wait, no! Okay, you know what? I blew this up. That's a shame. That's a shame, Scoop. Ugh. Trying to think. The initial idea was, oh, go ahead and play the Dark Ritual into the Wrath. Ignoring the fact that they've likely had counter magic anyway, I borked that up by playing the Colorless Land instead. This actually has some good to start with. Vraska the Silencer. That's a problem. Whenever a non-token creature I control dies, they can pay 1. If they do, return it to the battlefield tapped under their control. It's a treasure with... It's basically a treasure. The opponent goes first. I'll keep this hand. It sucks if I get Thoughtseize, because they probably take either the Call or the Dark Writ. I'm going to play the Garrison Cat to start. See if we can leverage this into Call of the Ring. Let's see. Alright, so here's Dark Ritual. Then they have removal dot. If I play the Blood Witch sooner, then speed still works. I would love to get the Call of the Ring going, but this just helps us. Alright, so they had to cut down regardless. That makes the Flare of Fortitude significantly worse. But at least now with the Blood Witch out, I can go ahead and sacrifice the token. Make the speed go zoom. This is going to be tricky if they just like have more removal. I'll leave the Covenant on top. If they have a Fatal Push, that also sucks. But again, as long as we get the max speed going, I don't mind if Zahur eats removal. No, they're going to go with Underground Mastery. Stud. If they play Vraska... No, they're going to play Morbid Opportunist, which is also really bad for us. Because that means that they get to draw off of us. Okay. Here's another tricky opportunity. I would love to play the Oscillate Pride. Because then we can start making cats off of what we get. Let's go combat. Swing in with Zahur. Probably should have waited. Alright. That's the turn. This is really tricky. We missed a land drop. Vengeful Blood Witch can help us hit max speed next turn. That Opportunist right there means that we need to try and make sure that we have Duelist Procession. Can't play that yet. Doesn't mean Link Breaker. Can't play that yet. I want to rock. Flare of Fortitude needs to be out. Play Oscillate Pride. There's no response. Excellent. Okay. I can sacrifice the Blood Witch. I can sacrifice the Confident or the Cat. Don't think that's what I want. I think I'm content to just sit on what I currently have. Vraska comes out. And now we play the waiting game. Skrelv, Bloodghast. That doesn't help at all. Cleric. Whenever we gain life, each opponent loses a life. Skrelv helps us get through the short term. All right. It means that we're going to be able to trigger the Blood Witch. It means that I can start surveilling to try and hit that land during our upkeep. We're in a really, really tight spot right now. Okay. So, destroy the Blood Witch. You... and it loses all other card types, but it still has their abilities. Alright. So, they're going to get this regardless. That is also really, really, really bad, but they do have to pay them 1 for it. Yep. And so now they get the drain and they get the draw. I need that. I need that. Turn off the stop there. Okay. Shoulder helps out a little bit. As long as Vraska is out, that is a massive problem. This is whenever one or more creatures dies. Each opponent sacks a non-token creature of their choice. Yep, okay. We lose one, that's whatever. Whenever a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, pay 1. They can try taking our commander. All right, sweet. I can play this Ghoulish Procession too. This is at the end of the turn. We're just gonna try and like go super wide. They can't take the Nezumi while they're tapped out. That's the good convocation. Nope, pass turn. I don't want them to get the Ocelot Pride because that means that if they kill anything on their main phase, then they get copies of it. Alright, assemble the team. We are absolutely just going to start crashing in all of our tokens. They could sacrifice the Blood Witch. Steal something. Ghoulish Procession is a card I play. Now they don't have to do that. Alright, so lose life. Draw a card. Isolated Chapel. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. If you gain life, each opponent loses a life. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life and lost life. Well, the Ocelot Price is the only thing that's really keep helping us there. Okay. How do we want to do this? Like, the blood gas is real. Blood gas is real. They can take the blood gas. That doesn't matter insofar as just go all attack. Baskin can block one of the zombies. Okay, yep. Okay, so play the Bloodghast. Sack the Bloodghast. They can pay to go ahead and take the Bloodghast if they want. Witch's Oven. Don't think. Play Call the Rain. Pass the turn. Pray to God that we don't have to give up our Ocelot Pride. Because they went and dug through a third of their deck, and with all that mana, I'd be shocked if they didn't have something. Let's see, this is destroy all the creatures. I can sacrifice Zahur and keep everything else. I think I'm going to do that. Because, yeah, we can just put them back in the command zone, and then they don't get it. Alright, so they lose Vraska. Great for us. They drain 1. Oh, God, that would have been a massive fucking swing the other direction. Okay. Begin your upkeep. If your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter and it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. The ring is just going to make it so we can't be blocked by creatures with great power. That's a 1/3. So, not a lot we can do about that. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so here's Command Tower. Probably not going to get back creatures anytime soon, right? If you gain life, they lose life. I would love to hold on to the Ghoulish Procession. I don't think the Procession is going to do anything, though. Exile the Ghoulish Procession. Then we can go ahead, play Zahur, go combat, swing with everything except Pride and Confidant. Not sure how lethal we can get this. Alright, that's at least one infect here. Starscape Cleric. Give your ends up if you gain life and lost life. We didn't gain life and lose life. Hold on to the creature. And pass the turn. This is just sack another creature. Sack another creature. Vorinclex, who has reach. You're a little late to the party, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You require 8 to transform. Unless they wanted to play this into like a damnation, I think we got this. I think this is a scenario where we can just go ahead and... Fatal push, you say? Well, if I don't be a happy bucket. Here's Fatal Push. Get rid of Shovel. That does let them switch, I guess. No, they had Tamiya's. Okay. I think we can still get this, though. Can we get through it if we just, like, swing out? Maybe if I'd played the Starscape beforehand. Yeah, I should have played the Starscape beforehand. When you're this wide, they have to have, like, removal. If they somehow get to untap, I will feel very, very silly. As it is right now, I think we've gone just wide of what they can handle. So, like, if it's... Let's see. Kill spell. Block. Yeah. Yep, okay. Got there. Ooh. That one was, that one got dicey. Vraska is actually really, really well set up to keep this deck from doing what it wants to do, but we got there. Losing our Blood Witch definitely didn't do us any favors. Had to get the Dark Confidant down. The Dark Confidant down early, the Call of the Ring down early, just to, like, get to the point where we could actually start doing stuff. Try and draw ourselves out of it. I am really enjoying this deck. Do we have orbs again? We have an orb? We have one orb. Hold on, I'm sorry. What was that? Spend orbs? 55 days and 6 hours left to earn? Okay. So this is effectively going to be a 2-month season. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. I mean, I wanted to do the Brawl blogs the week going into the next season. And doing them every 2 months means I'm going to have some sort of... Oh, this guy already has a title already. And that's just going to mean that we have some regular updates. We go first. We have Thoughtseize to lead on. Potentially Dark Confidant. I want to go Dark Confidant. Is there a way for me to go Dark Confidant? I could go Thoughtseize first. I'm going to keep this hand. Normally, I'd probably want to put Expel the Interlopers out, but our Black Source comes into play tapped. I'm going to go ahead and try and zoom this out. I'm going to hold on to our removal specifically. So that way we can deal with if they have a Slimefoot and Squee or something like that. But the opponent just saw land. Chromox probably gets Zahur out. Actually, I'm not going to lie. That probably would have been like a much stronger start. Yeah, that probably would have been a much stronger start, actually, now that I think about it. Turn 1 Zahur is actually really hard to deal with. This is a Jund deck, so they could probably just, like, bolt, but it's kind of like I was saying before. going dark confident first. It's probably better just for setting up the long game a lot sooner. Plus, it's only like what, 1 turn, as long as they didn't play like an elf or something like that. I still think I like the dark confident first, very specifically because what, we get our engines going, and then turn 2 we go up to speed 2 just from playing Zahur. But if we do this so like if we play Zahur first off of the Mox, then yeah, we get to like slam him for 3 past any sort of land war elf that they might have, or else they have to sacrifice the elf, so that's actually pretty good. But then we're still going to shift up 2, whereas if we play the Dark Confident first, and if they have an elf, well then they have the elf and they get to start ramping up, and it can't do a whole lot about that unless the Dark Confident draws us into something, in which case we still have the Edict to deal with the elf. But then we also have the option of playing Zahur, and that still ends us up with speed 2 at the end of 2nd turn. Gotta say, I don't have a lot of notes here. This deck is it's already pretty solid. Emoti Celebrant Bounty again. Okay. It's got Fell the Profane, it's got Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Bloodars, Marionette, but we're also on the play. I think being on the play is enough to make me want to run this out first. I'll play Priest of the Forgotten Gods after Zahur. Get the Guide of Souls going. We need to race. We need to race. Guide of Souls is going to be the best card for that. They go tap land. I'm happy to see that. Here's Zahur. Engines are running. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. All right, we'll go ahead and run out the priest next. Go ahead, go to punchies, and then hopefully a Phyrexian. Ow. I guess we could have like gone into it. I'm not really willing to sacrifice anything pre-combat. Let's go ahead and play Priest here with Skrelv. Puts us at 3 energy, which means that we actually don't have that much reason not to play Priest post-main phase. Sprain Heart Nantucko is going to try and gum up the ground now. Priest of Forgotten Gods does slow that down a bit. Okay. Now we get to do the thing. Now we get to go... What? Marionette Apprentice. Measure gets countered. Blood Artist. Let's play the Marionette Apprentice first. We'll get some extra counters for our trouble. Get that delicious, delicious energy. And I'm willing to sacrifice Skrelv. Might have to be. Alright, we're at season 4. Here is Wriggling Grub. Now we can go ahead, make you sacrifice. Sacrifice the Wriggling Grub for sure. I'll sacrifice the Apprentice. Just leave Skrelv alone. Oh, we're actually going to get to 8 counters on this. That is wild. Yep, you sacrifice. We get Legion of Doom. Here's Blood Artist. And the opponent is done. All right, GG. Ooh, this is... This deck feels really good. Like, even when it's behind, it feels like there are enough lines to actually just, like, make things go. And that is actually really, really impressive for a deck that I literally just swapped out the commander and made a couple of changes for. That is really good. And then we get to swing it with Guide of Souls and Zahur, and then they both turn into angels, right? You beat things at angel. Zombie Cat Angel Warrior. Zombie Cat Angel Warrior. Zombie Cat Angel Warrior. And I love the speed graphic. I might have a new black-white deck. I need to come up with a new name for this deck. Let's see then. This is black-white? What do I have on my playlist? I've been doing the JoJo thing where I name all of my stuff after songs and bands. Zombie Cat Warrior. Like there's plenty of car related. Hold on. What was that song? What was the... Let's see. Life is a Highway is by Rascal Flatts, right? Yeah, it's by Rascal Flatts. But what album was it? I want to say it was Mad World. Dare You, Me and My Gain. Let's see. Greatest Gift. Love Songs, Greatest Hits. Blah, blah, blah. How they remember. Nope. Okay, that's not working. Let's turn to the old Google. Oh, it is Me and My Gain. Hey, you know what? That works. Me and My Gain. You can laugh. It's okay. We still need to figure out what we're going to do about goddamn Nadu. Ooh, it's Froggy! Samsune and Luxa embodied the other goddess to come out in this set. So it's 5 mana, reach, trample. Ooh, it's got reach. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters. Beginning of your first main phase, put a counter on Samsune. Then if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. So even is safe. Okay, understood. That being said, Soothsayer is not bad. Ambush could work. Amalia gets really big really fast. And we have Wriggling Grub. But we don't have like a... I guess this kind of works. We don't have turn 1 play. That is the downside to this. Lead off with the Soothsayer, I guess. Go into Molly at turn 2. This is going to be a little bit of a smaller start. Wait, small? No, short. A little bit of a shorter start. Let's grab our Surveil land. And I will gladly take another fetch. I will take that fetch and crack it immediately because I want to be able to play Soothsayer. Yeah. I kind of just want to make sure we have perfect mana for the rest of the run. Like, call me greedy. Don't call me late for dinner. Because if you're calling me late for dinner, well then that's patently incorrect because I was the one in the kitchen making dinner. I don't like the look of that double mana being opened. You know what? All right, do you want to counter Amalia? No, you're not going to counter Amalia. Okay. All right, so there's the lifelink trigger. Amalia gets to explore. Skrelv, I'm going to toss you away. Maybe they have a growth spiral type card that they're trying to hold their mana up for. I mean, like... No, they didn't do anything. Maybe they were just representing Wash Away to deal with Zahur, which, like, hey, you know what? Completely fair. But turn 3 is a kind of a... There, oh, you're brain surging at sorcery speed. What are you doing? We'll play the ambush out as a land if we need to. Sanguine Bond. Ooh. Alright, we get the draw. There's Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Alright, engines have been started. Now we get to make him lose even more life. Now we get to explore. Crawling Corpse isn't... Well, we can toss it away because it is a creature. And then... I'm going to go ahead and pay the life here so we can go ahead and set up Priest of the Forgotten. Now we have plenty of targets for Flare of Malice if they decide to try and 1-for-1 us, but they're playing blue-greens. The removal is fairly limited. They could try slowing us down on the bounce. It's 2 mana for a Psych Rift, 7 if they want to overload it. River's Rebuke is 6. Zamone, Paradox Sculptor. I mean, it's not my first choice. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think they understand the position there. You know what? I could have done this a little bit better. It's fine. Alright, they lose life. They have to sacrifice Simone. We get extra land. Speed ticks up. We add Lurrus to our hand. Go combat. Punch in. And then we can just like sacrifice the token, gain life. Oh my god, that was brutal. That is beautifully brutal. Oh, beautiful. See that? Probably could have played... Yeah, there was a little bit of a missequencing. I should have played the Guide of Souls first. Because I forgot that... Priest requires 2 volunteers out of the audience. Nice. We Krenko Mop Boss. There was a time where I would have been super excited about that. Watch me get the rare that I just crafted. No! Burnout Bastronaut. Goblin Warrior, Menace, start your engines. Max speed, has double strike. Pay 2 mana, 1-0. I mean, just as like a 1 mana Menace card. Kind of all about that. We can make a quick stop at the Goblin store. Let me just double check because there's like a ton of goblins in Aetherdrift. See, I was actually just playing this a little earlier. When this creature dies, he deals 1 damage to any target. That's not too different than what we already have, right? We're not really running any vehicles. But if it's a strict upgrade over, say... Trap Finder Motivator... No, where is it? Where are you? Motivator Arsonist? Yeah, it's just a strict upgrade over Arsonist. You know me. I mean, like, we could just have, like, multiples. There's nothing saying that we can't. We don't have a Dragonauts Engineer yet. Get that one. Reese Wrench Goblin. The 1 mana 2/1, and then exhaust, pay 3, discard up to 2 cards, draw that many, put a counter on this creature. Haste, exhaust. It's not bad. Trample, pay 3. There we go. Other goblins you control have haste. Begin your combat, make a gobby. Yeah, this is the one that we were talking about. This is the Elvashar Strude for goblins. You love to see that. And I'm not gonna worry too much about everything else for now. Just want to see if there's any medium level goblins that we can pull out here. Lackey is perfectly fine. It's got first strike and haste. Can actually attack through a lot of tokens. Ragavan is an honorary goblin. I know it's monkey, but it is an honorary goblin. What if I grants haste? One damage to blocker. There's bushwhacker. Frenzy Goblin is actually really important. Bliss Bolt. Firebrand targets. Scamp. I will cut you. And then there's just like could you choose get 1/1? Could you choose get 1/1? Like theoretically we could just like swap these out for other goblins. Theoretically. Like the best goblin plan is to just play more goblins. Shadow Animosity is pretty nice. I don't really like the Ray Bombardment. I think I will just swap that out for the heavy over here. I have the stage. I don't want to cut the Arsonist. I would prefer to just like keep the Arsonist. Rabble Master, Creed, Fable, Shaman Breaches, Blood Moon. Shredded Sails. Is there a reason I'm still running Shredded Sails? I don't think there is. Cycles, but I think I'd rather just have Goblin. And then when this creature enters, you make a Gobby. This creature dies, deals damage equal to its power. I guess that's what the small Gobbies do. Maybe I pull out the Fisher Wizard. I might just pull out the Fisher Wizard. Like, it does loot. Like, the Cacophony Goblin might have actually been worth holding on to first, because it deals damage based on power, rather than just paying for one. And with enough Goblin Lords, it means that it actually ends up shocking, bolting, potentially lava axing. Wolf Noodles. Echo Des Doorkeep. Saxodon Spirit. Also has Extort. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It perpetually becomes a spirit 1/1. You can pay 1 rather than its mana cost. So, like, really strong utility cards. It's potentially a really scary card. Give me the Selfless Savior turn 1. And then watch me go into Zahur. Alright, comes into play tapped. Love to see it. Boom. Pass the turn. Now, next turn, we can go Signet into Stockpile. Cult Concert can block Zahir. Gonna swing in? No, they're not. Okay. Wriggling Grub. Okay. Let's think about this. Arcane Signet. Can't force through damage right now is a problem. I also don't want to just burn my Selfless Savior for nothing. But it returns this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only if a non-skeleton died under your control this turn. Honestly, I'm just going to do it. They can make me use the Selfless Savior, but I already have speed set up. I might even just, like, take the trade here. You know what? I think we're just going to take the trade here. Yeah, Zahur can die. That's fine. I got a token out of it. Like, that's not a thing you usually care about doing with your commanders. It's just trading it with a 2/1. Ooh, and then next turn, I could potentially just, like, drop all my other creatures. I can add Lurrus to hand, actually. Go Lurrus to hand, drop Freebooter? They got Dark Ritual to their hand. Alright, they are going to play Veko. There's Castle Arden. I want to try pushing more damage this turn, but I don't necessarily need to do it this turn. I'm trying to think here. Let's go. Let's go ahead and go with combat. If I lose the Selfless Savior, I lose the Selfless Savior. Alright. Now we're at speed 4. Now, I add Lurrus to my hand and drop Freebooter and Crawling Corpse. I get another token. The opponent is filling their graveyard very quickly, but they haven't hit any noteworthy creature targets. Alright, we're getting the game back together. You can play the Lurrus, replay the Selfless Savior. I would love to get Zahur going. Zahur can, in fact, go quite nicely. If we played Zahur, like, great combat, am I setting myself up for heartache? They can have Swords to Plowshares. They can have Oblivion Rain effects to get around my commander, my Selfless Savior anyway. I guess it depends. If I play the Lurrus. Okay, there's a Woe Strider. That is not nothing. Yeah, I think that means I absolutely swing it with the Zahur now. Meathook Massacre. Wipe out the board for 3. The Woe Strider just comes back on the next turn. I don't know if I like that. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll play Zahur. And we'll just see what happens. Like, they blocked the Freebooter, they blocked the Crawling Chorus. Yep, they're gonna go ahead. They'll take the 2. Again, I guess I could play the Wriggling Rub. Marsh Flats, not well. Nope, no Prismatic Vista either. Give me Worm. And then I guess we just pray that Zahur doesn't eat Untimely Demise, although at the same time though, we can still just play Lurrus and replay Zahur. I prefer that not be the case. Okay, so they are going to Village Rites beforehand? Not sure what the logic there is. I guess they want to see what they draw before they do anything else. Oh my god, they are just like absolutely whiffing on creatures. They could have something like just factually horrifying and I would have no way of knowing. I'm going to put an end step marker just that way I can use her to stack the wriggling rub. I want to try and push as much damage as I can. Echo can only block the 1/1s. The Row Shredder can also eat 1/1s. We can start recycling. We can start playing Lurrus. I want to get the Selfless Savior out ASAP. They might be holding Swords to Plowshares to deal with Lurrus. There's any number of things that could be happening here. Hit a land. What are they holding, though? Like, is it just like a bunch of big creatures that are stuck in their hand? Okay, they like their top deck. This is what, beginning first main phase, so they will get to draw the card. Let's go ahead and sack the Grunt. Alright, and then... Well, I'm glad I did that since that gets rid of another fetch land. Bromox. Do you mock me with this? Do you mock me with this? I would like to swing with Zahur. We'll go ahead and we'll play Lurrus. Here, Selfless Savior. Dark Ritual. Okay. Were they just holding this for Lair? Okay. It was Fell the Profane specifically to destroy Lurrus. Understood. Okay. Well, that happened. Okay, so blocks the 2/2, eats a 1/1. 1/1's gonna get replaced regardless. Sure. I mean, I guess I keep forgetting that I could just like surveil response. That's missed value. I keep forgetting that I have surveil at all times. Okay, there we go. That's a Sholdred. That's a Vein Ripper. Those are real, actual, factual problems. Active player, let's see. If it's a Vein Ripper, that's a huge problem because then it goes, what? Active player, non-active player? Yeah. I don't have... I need to get the Meat Hook Massacre out. I don't necessarily want to... I'm trying to think. I will go ahead and end step sack this Crawling. Alright, so now it's a 1/1. Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Let's go ahead, sack the Chorus. Yep, toss away that Surveil land. This is really bad. But combat, if combat goes wide, it doesn't matter as much. Selfless Savior is a problem. Popping the Selfless Savior is bad. Okay, what is this? Turn target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, targeting the priest? Does not have haste? I mean, I guess? Ooh, Nezumi Link Breaker. Alright, is that worth? If I Meat Hook Massacre now, the massive life swing the other way. Day 0, confirm. Play the Link Breaker. Go combat. Swing everything. Nothing they have has lifelink. So, like, if they just die from state-based actions, the triggers don't do anything. Like, yeah. I think you are literally just dead unless you have something you can do at instant speed. Woe Strider does sacrifice. But then they have to sacrifice a bunch of their creatures in order to do that. And with the meat hook out, means that we are still gonna like eat away at their life. I think that's what they had to do, right? Yeah, they had to go Woe Strider, sacrifice Priest. That drains for 2, gets them up to -1. They sacrifice their commander, puts them up to base 1. And then all of our creatures smash in. They're at base 1. Hold on, does Vein Ripper count itself? Yeah, it's whenever a creature dies. So they go up to 3 if they do that, if they sacrifice their Ripper too. Then I'm in a position where... Oh, they traded with my Zahur. Okay. Just sack another creature. I guess if they do that, then I'm already in combat and I sacrifice the tokens that were already blocked. So that's 1, 2, 3. Three me hook triggers activate. Yeah. And even if I completely forget that, then I still have the Selfless sacrifice itself. Hidden stockpile, sacrifice 2 creatures. But they didn't, so I did not have. Ooh. It's getting fairly late. I think we have time for like 1, maybe two more, and then we'll wrap this up. Azusa lost by Seeking. Well, no turn 1 plays. I will absolutely go ahead and play Jadar first, I think. I would love to play Zahur first. Maybe I do play Zahur first. Zahur can punch through a lot more mana dorks. Kami puts a land into play tapped, which means Azusa's going to come down next turn. Which means... I don't know. Like, with Azusa, it's either they have nothing but basics, so you do get a chance to respond, or maybe you get lucky with a fetch land or something. Swords to Plow, Hunted Witness. Throw you away. Nested Shambler's not what I want, that's for sure. Alright, now we have a duty. They can play Azusa. If it's just like basic, then I am so far behind because I don't develop my board state. So it has to be either Jadar or Zur. The alternative is to go ahead and play the Nested Shambler. Play the Nested Shambler and hold up swords. So that way, if there is something... If they have something akin to playing a thing, we still have Nested Shambler to do stuff. I'm just gonna play Zur. I don't think there's like an objectively correct choice between those two decisions. Oh no, the Aftermath Analyst. Okay. That is relevant to my interests. Because now we want to make sure that we get rid of Aftermath Analyst beforehand. I could potentially Razor Grass, hold up swords for the next turn. I think I'm interested in swording now. And then swinging in. Yep, they can go ahead, chump block. play Jadar now. Start making some extra creatures. Let's see. The Decade is end of combat, right? Sacrifice at the end of combat, which means that's just a free surveil. Radagast the Brown. Well, shut me up then. And you just went and grabbed Disciple of Freyles? Well. What do I say, chat? I will go ahead and smash in with both. Yep, go ahead, activate. Grab a basic. Here's Razorgrass Brush, and we go ahead and trade. Max speed taken up and Xander's Wake activates. Triggers even. Morbid Opportunist seems like it goes crazy here. Like, that's just going to be gas for days. Ace of the Locked Hothouse. Okay, they've got Freyles. They don't have anything... Okay, they're going to play as a land. I am horrified if what they have is like an Ulamog or something. Morbid Opportunist, so that way we can get the draw. We're going to be drawing so many cards, chat. Yep, Xander's Wake triggers. Get the draw. There's our land for turn. The Thirsty Arts. It's whenever we gain life. Nessus Shambler, pass the turn. Player of Malice to, like, get some extra value off. There's Renin 7. You're gonna make a big tree. You are not. Which means I can go ahead and swing some amount of this at you. Case is fully active. I only have, what, 5? That's not enough. Really? Well, hold on. Let's go ahead and hold on to this until we can get Zahur out. And there's the Nico knee, so yeah, this will be the last game. Nope, but in Rome. Alright. I would like to play Legion's Landing first. We're gonna go... I'm gonna cry knowing that they probably have Emrakul or something coming up. Yeah. I need to remember that to go full control as soon as the damage is dealt. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll sacrifice you. Free surveil out of that. I would have... that's true. That doesn't quite... remember this creature does combat damage, draw... Just take the... It's away. Okay. They're currently at 17 life. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and sacrifice the... Actually, hold on. I have a thought. We'll do this on upkeep. Alright, on upkeep. Now we'll sacrifice the Nested Shambler. Get some extra value out of this. Yeah, see? Yeah. Get a new draw. Get to draft a new card. Take the Thieves Guild Enforcer. The good news is, even if they have Ulamog, we have a ton of targets. That's... Alright, Nissa triggers. Nissa potentially grabs what? Ancient Warden? Oh, Big Monkey. I mean, Big Monkey fights Zahur. Fights Jadar? I mean, alright, go ahead, sacrifice Jadar, get the Surveil. We don't need... Get in stockpile. Put you on cat. And now we can have some... Go combat, and we are just gonna swing everything. Like, Kogla can go ahead and block Zahur. Nope, gonna block a zombie? Yeah, gonna block Zahur. Okay. You know what, that's... And yeah, we can go ahead and put him back in the command zone. Get the draw. Get the... guess the other area list? The Cavernous... I should have tapped the Cavernous Souls first. Whoops. Oh, that's just a Verdant Rejuvenation. That's just a Verdant Rejuvenation. So they get to search for 6 permanents. Vorinclex is out. Cavalier Thorns is out.
This is my paradise.
So, like, they got an absolute mess of cards. Is that going to be enough, though? Vorinclex and Cavalier Thorns both have reach. I can still swing everything. Cruel Celebrant. Means that this isn't exactly easy. Oh, they just get to cast the One Ring. Okay. Well, I think that's the point where I can go ahead and scoop it then. Because if you got the One Ring, then... Well, no. Cruel Celebrant says each opponent, right? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, never mind. You know what? I scooped it a little too early. This is each opponent. So that doesn't actually save them from the One Ring. I could have gone hidden stockpile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One short. One short. Potentially one short. It's whatever. Like, we've been steamrolling all night. It's fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this deck uploaded onto Moxfield. So if you guys want to check it out there, it is going to be up. And then if you have suggestions or anything like that, go ahead and leave comments down below on the YouTube version of the stream. In the meantime, let's see. And this is what we're going to go ahead and the YouTube stream. Thank you very much for watching. And then DJ is currently streaming.